Hey everybody, Kelly Weber with the Bergen Realty Team here today with Jean Marie Herren with POSI, who is a professional organizer. Jean Marie, thank you so much for meeting with me today. How are you?
You're very welcome, and I'm well. It's a new year, it's a fresh start, so here we go.
Here we go. Absolutely. You're a professional organizer, and the name of your company is POSI. I love how you have up there sell or dwell well. Can you tell us what POSI stands for?
Sure. So it's an acronym for Professional Organizing Solutions Serving Everyone. And my niche, if you will, is really all about folks who want to sell or dwell well, which typically means they're either getting ready for the market or they've decided to push the refresh button on their current home and even be able to declutter and organize it to the point where they're what I call move on a dime ready. So if they decide to sell and go somewhere, it's not such a hardship.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And to me, once my house is organized, my office is organized, it just the feeling that comes over you, it just takes a whole, weight off your shoulders. How long have you been doing this?
So this past September was my 20th anniversary. So since 2005. Yeah. Yeah.
That
So I'm a
is
solopreneur.
awesome. Good for you. And can you tell us a little bit about like what do you so say I'm hiring you to come into my home. I'm getting let's just use for example because I'm a realtor. I'm getting ready to list in the spring. I need an organizer to come in and where do we start and how does it go?
Sure. So everything starts with a phone call on my end. We want to make sure we're a great fit for each other. So I spend anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes on the phone with
Okay.
the prospective client. And I usually ask them to FaceTime or go on Zoom. I don't really do in-house assessments anymore. I feel like it's not necessary because no matter what size
Right.
home I go into, stuff is stuff. And, I just work with people like you who tell me exactly how they want to see the house when they go up on the market. Um, and usually people are pretty comfortable by the end of the phone call. Like I said, I've been doing this close to 2 decades. There are special situations. So, and in a special situation, I will make what I call a house call just to make sure we are very much a good fit. And
And
I
on the
tell
same page with, because sometimes I'm sure people think they don't have as much as they really do have.
Yes, yes. And there are so many people who feel, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so cluttered. And I walk in and I'm like, you feel cluttered? And then there's other folks who say, I just need a little bit of help because I'm just about ready. And I walk in, I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be a little bit here.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's level of aesthetics and comfort is completely different when it comes to what I call organization and clutter. It's very different. And as you know, if you're going to be selling your home, there's a certain level you want it to look at so we don't leave any money on the table.
Right. Well, you and I did a deal this year. We did several deals, but I will tell you, and I believe I posted this on your website. You ended if it wasn't for you, I mean, I could easily say 50 to $100,000 more with just the decluttering, the organizing, the purging. I mean, it was so instrumental to have you in there working within the home to get it ready because honestly, I really mean it, 50 to $100,000 difference.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I think most of my clients feel that way and that they probably couldn't get there without, for whatever reason, they need my help, whatever that is. So,
So can
no,
you tell, I know you own the company yourself. You're a solo
yeah.
agent. I mean solo business owner,
Preneur.
sorry. But you do have a team technically
Yeah.
behind you. So can you talk a little bit about the team behind you?
Sure, absolutely. So, going back to say, a prospective client or somebody looking to get ready, one of the most important questions on the telephone or during the interview is when do you want to be on the market by?
Mhm.
And the distance between now and then is imperative because sometimes people will literally call me a year in advance, which is wonderful. And they're like, you know what? I'm thinking about selling a year from now, and I know I've got so much to do. In situations like that, where there is no upcoming sense of urgency, I can take my time and go in on my own. But then when I get the phone calls that say, for whatever reason, maybe my mom passed, all the adult
Right.
children are all over the country, we need the house sold as soon as possible. How quickly can you get here? In that case, what I do is I work with a team of organizers, and I've worked with the same organizers for a very, very long time. It's as if they own my company as well,
Right.
and then vice
Tried
versa,
and
I'll
true.
help them. So we work on lots and lots of projects together. The other thing is I'm full of resources just like you. I have my own toolbox. So when I need a shredder, a junk removal company, a moving company to do the professional packing, an electrician, whatever the client needs to get the home ready quickly, that's
You have
all
it.
in our back pocket as well. Yeah.
Which is
Um,
so important because, using people that we know, like, and trust that we can
mm,
refer is a reflection on you, a reflection on me. And, I love that you offer that. And let's just talk a little bit. We're talking about people who are, getting ready to sell, but also we have situations that you mentioned where maybe an elderly parent passes away, the siblings or the children don't live in the area. That is something that you also go in and do and organize and get things. Can you talk a little bit about, I have a parent that passed away and I don't
sure.
live here.
Sure. So I can do what I call turnkey ready. So somebody can call me, give me a set of keys or the, garage pin code, and whatever the client or clients tell me, let's say it's the adult children and there is a situation where the home has now become an estate. As long as I know exactly what they want me to do, how they want the home set up, etc., I can go in and do all the sorting myself or with a team. So, and then of course with today's technology and FaceTime.
Right.
So what I'm sort of like the sorting queen. So I go in and I, sort the donations, sort things they might want to sell. I don't do any selling. That's a whole other
Mhm.
profession, but I know people who do, sort the things for bulk, sort the things for shred. If people have particular family mementos they want saved. And so that could be one component, which I can easily do. I could work with the adult children as well. Um,
When you say
so,
work with them, meaning side by
yep,
side with them? Great.
absolutely, absolutely. So I can, it's actually rare that I work completely by myself.
Hmm.
Sometimes in an estate situation, I will do that, especially if for whatever reason they can't be there or they don't want to be there. And whether that's a job situation, an emotional
Hmm.
situation. But typically, I'm with what I call a decision maker. And so that's, the homeowner or somebody in charge of the estate who can, when they look at a Yadro or a piece of
Right.
Tupperware or a piece of art or whatever it is and say yay or nay, it's going to stay, it's going to go. So I do whatever the decision maker says, and the speed at which we progress, whether the homeowner is living there or the homeowner is not, has everything to do with the decision making capabilities. So
Hmm.
if somebody turns it over to me, which people can, they just feel like, you know what? The way you organize a home is beyond acceptable for getting it ready for
Right.
market. Do whatever you want. Then I will just use my experience and my team to set it up the way I believe, you or
It
somebody
needs to
else
be
would want
done.
it. Yeah, it needs to be
So
done for sure.
what would the difference be between you as a professional organizer and a senior move manager?
So that's a great question. So there's a whole other industry, a whole other profession called senior move managers. And really what they are a white glove service for very senior people who are looking to move in, usually into a senior community.
Correct.
Could be independent living, could be assisted living, could be memory care. I am not a senior move manager, but I can do the same things that a senior move manager does, but that's not my specialty. The other thing a senior move manager does that you don't want to pay me for is sit on the phone for 2 hours with Verizon, Optimum, that kind of thing, which is really, there's a lot more hand holding with a senior in that capacity as you're readying them for some type of senior transition, if you will. And that's really the difference.
So when you say, sitting on the phone with Optimum, Verizon, the water company, that's like getting their services shut off and then put on at a assisted living or a
Right,
senior over 55. Okay, that's
right,
great to know.
right, right.
So I mean, again, my experience with you is real estate. I'm putting this out there, do you stage?
So the quick answer to that is no. I am not a certified stager. I have worked with many, many certified stagers. So I think I do what I would call staging light. So depending on the price point of the home, um, I think if it's below 1 million, people feel I don't need to hire a stager. I don't have an inventory like a certified
Right.
stager would. I don't have furniture and, green plants and fluffy white towels in my garage. What I do try to do though is utilize everything that they already have in the home. And I'll tell you this, Kelly, in most situations, as I'm decluttering the home, it's amazing what you find. So
Yes.
if, I'm decluttering the linen closets, chances are I'm going to find some new towels, some new sheets,
Absolutely.
bedding, etc. So I will utilize whatever they have. And then I'll also make suggestions. I'll say,
Hmm.
we could use some greenery here. We could tweak this art. And I'll tell you what, as I'm packing and getting clutter out of the way for the move, how about we move some furniture around and I bring in, a moving company
Hmm.
temporarily just so things flow
Perfect.
better, that kind of thing.
And
You and I both.
a lot of
Sorry.
times rooms are just overcrowded and just taking out some of that furniture and giving the visual of, okay, here's where your sofa and love seat can go. You can fit a chair here, just changes the whole look of a room and you don't need a full staging.
Yes, yes. And most homes, and you would probably agree with me, are furniture heavy and
Yes.
could use a little light decluttering of furniture.
Right, because buyers today purchase, what they see.
Yeah,
They don't visualize like, we did year. And I guess that's because of HGTV. That it's made it too easy for people to just, you know, come in and expect things to be perfect.
right.
Okay, so the big question, what geographic area do you cover? And yeah, if you can go over that, because we
Sure.
have a big reach here, and I want people to be able to, and I also want to just stress that while I work with you in a real estate capacity, you also have a whole other business where you go in and just organize homes. You don't have to move in
Mhm.
order to hire you. Like my cousin is in a two-bedroom apartment, and I know you went in and got her set up with like a Murphy bed in the living room and how to best utilize your space. So I want people to know that you don't have to move to use your service, that you can just come in and have people utilize their space better.
Yes, just so my mission is really all about improving the quality, peace, and productivity of people's lives by transforming their environment. So that's really where the dwell well comes in.
Hmm.
Yes, you don't have to be selling it all. Typically, I service most of northern New Jersey. The pin, if you will, is really Bergen County, but I will easily go within an hour outside of Bergen County.
Okay.
I also go to lower Hudson Valley. So I don't go into New York City, but I will go up the Hudson a little bit. And I have a posse partner who's in South Jersey. So she
Oh,
covers
great.
South Jersey and I cover North Jersey.
Whereabouts in South Jersey?
So she's really in the Princeton Camden area.
Okay. All
So
right.
she'll come up my way and I'll go down her way. And then,
That's great.
we'll both go within an hour.
I love that. So, the best way for people to contact you is phone, and I am going to put your contact information in this post, but if you can give it to us and your
Sure.
website.
Sure. So my phone number, and I am a phone person. I do text as well. It really all starts with a phone call. It's 201-406-9643. And my website is, I'll say it and then I'll sort of spell it. It's
Okay.
possepartnersllc.com. So it's posse, the acronym, partners plural, and llc.com.
Perfect. Wonderful, Jean Marie. I can't thank you enough, and I can't tell our audience enough how great it is to work with you. And when you leave, there is just you feel so good about your home and your space. And I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today. I know it's been so busy and crazy, but thank you so much. And I look forward to everything we're going to do in 2026.
Me too. Thank you for having me, Kelly. I
Thanks,
appreciate it
Jean
very much.
Marie. Take care. Have
Okay,
a great
talk to you
one. Bye
soon.
bye.
Okay, bye.